It was like a scene out of a movie. I felt strangely detached from what I was seeing, as if I was just an observer. My recently ex-wife, Angelica, on the witness stand in court. She had been sworn to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We are in court on this day because she claims she cannot afford an appeals divorce attorney. Her claim was that I, her ex-husband, should have to pay her appeal attorney's fees. Not divorce attorney's fees. I was already on the hook for all of those, hers and mine. Appeal attorney fees, as in, after the final divorce decree, I wanted to find out why the division was so incredibly one-sided. I have just been forced to hand over 80% of all of my property and possessions to her. I filed an appeal of the judgment. Now, she is trying to claim that she cannot afford to pay appeal attorney's fees, so I should pay. The process and logic of our court system is simply staggering. But I digress. My attorney stands up, asks her what her annual salary is. She turns to the judge and asks, "Do I have to answer the question?" This awful feeling of just how low this person is willing to sink in order to get more money is very depressing. She isn't even a good liar. She does not try to pretend she didn't understand or was nervous. She knows it would destroy her claim. She makes more money than I do, thanks to me putting her through dental hygiene school, 2, in fact, after she failed of the first one. It is gross and disturbing to see someone lie on the witness stand, sworn to tell the truth, but so much more so when it is someone that you have loved and supported for the last 8 years. I helped her through so many hard times and to achieve her personal goals. I devoted so much time and energy, money and love to ensure her happiness. And here she was, trying to hide her income from the judge so that I would be forced to pay for her attorney. It is an indescribably creepy feeling to realize that someone you loved is nothing more than an immoral, unethical thief. And now, here she is trying to hide her personal income from a judge who is trying to decide if she can afford attorney's fees, or if the law should force me to pay. Literally, the whole point of this hearing is to decide what she can or cannot afford, and she is trying to hide her income from the judge. You couldn't write a movie character this bad, because it would seem contrived and juvenile, like a Jim Carrey movie. Yet, there she was, doing something that a 5-year-old would know better than to do. The kicker, of course, the punchline of all of this, is that despite the obvious fact that Angelica made out like a bandit, literally, from this whole divorce, this judge decided in her favor. She actually declared for me to pay Angelica's appeal attorney fees. I am still flabbergasted by this totally immoral, unethical decision, even today. It is the very definition of injustice. There was nothing complicated in this decision. Angelica had been given my house, my retirement, all of my possessions in that house, and was now making more money than I was. No children were involved, and absolutely no claim by Angelica whatsoever in regard to any kind of abuse, infidelity, or any other aspect that could be said to help make this decision. The judge simply allowed a liar to continue to steal money from an honest man. That's it. I intend to tell my story because that is what needs to be done. The truth should be accessible for everyone. I am speaking out after going through a terrible transition in life. My intention in this is to shed light on a dark and painful reality that most people try very hard never to talk about. A male in America commits suicide every 22 minutes. Nearly 80% of all suicides are male. Divorced men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide than divorced women. These statistics have been brought into sharp, painful focus to me, personally. I have been treated as a criminal by our police force, despite being the only innocent party. I have been robbed and maligned by our civil court system, despite being the only honest party. We have a serious problem in this country when it comes to legal, social, and personal divorce issues. Our government is absolutely destroying family, marriage, and any kind of foundation for social cohesion. The laws that dictate divorce are geared to make money off of people. That's it. I'm not being melodramatic, merely factual. I was extremely naive when it came to getting a divorce, and I am paying the price for that right now. The laws are stacked heavily against men. The only way to change this is to bring awareness to everyone. Women are being encouraged and enticed, getting paid to divorce their husbands. This is unethical, immoral, and extremely dangerous. Marriage used to be a hallowed institution that meant something. It was the bedrock of the family. Clearly, if you make a vow or a public promise to love and care for someone, that promise means something. Integrity means something. If divorce is too easy and even encouraged for monetary gain, that is an extremely unhealthy thing for a society, a nation, and a community. I will not be silent. That is what they want. They want men to silently suffer, to just shut up, go to work, and make them more money. This is difficult for men because this is exactly what we want to do. We do not want to examine emotions, open up about weakness and doubt, or describe where we went wrong. We want to work and achieve and move forward toward our goals. And we certainly do not want to complain about women. That makes us feel weak and effeminate. However, this is what we must do if things are to change. A big part of the problem is that no one, not even people who once claimed to be my friends, are willing to listen. I get it. No one wants to get involved. However, all it takes is the good person to be silent to allow great evil to occur. This is what encourages and allows the evil amongst us to get away with crimes. And what Angelica did to me is a crime. Worse, my nation, my justice system, law enforcement assisted her in robbing me. There is a harsh double standard when a marriage goes through a divorce. The woman is immediately supported without question. She's told by her family and friends that she is beautiful, she is amazing, any man would want her, etc., etc. The man, in direct contrast, is just left alone. No one wants to get involved. No one knows anything, all of a sudden. No one saw anything. Even when the woman, as in my case, was a violent and angry person, destroying personal property, screaming, attacking me in public, she was proud of telling people about her indomitable spirit, which is just an excuse for being unable to communicate like an adult or control your temper. I am not saying that people should feel sorry for me. There are millions of people worse off than I am. I also understand that there are much more serious problems in our legal system, greater issues across our great nation. Yet, we have to start somewhere. My legal issues are just a microcosm of what we are doing to our country. The average American knows nothing and cares little about how the justice system works. That is why it does not work. I will break my story into 3 sections. 1 merely personal, 1 the legal aspects, and 1 the greater social effects we're suffering from due to the outrageously unfair legislation we currently struggle under. This will allow people to listen to what they choose and make their own decision.